Hello, it is Krystalracquel and I am back again. Talking a little bit lower today just because it's a little bit late and I don't want to be too loud and wake anyone up. I wanted to come to you and talk to you about the topic, this population, this is day 6 of my 21-day video challenge, and this video is for people who are single, specifically ladies. And there's something that I've noticed. There's a point where ladies have to recognize if a man is interested in them or not, and when it's time to let go and move on. I've heard of some recent scenarios where a man will tell the lady that he's not looking for something serious, or he will show he's not interested in something serious by not attempting to move forward for a relationship. And the lady begins to pursue him and does not take the hint that he's not interested in her. If a man is interested in a woman, he is going to make the effort. He is not going to be willing to let her get away from him. And that means he won't do anything that's going to prevent her from being with him or trying to go and meet other people, other men. So that is a sign. It's very unfortunate that a woman or a man can tell a lady that he's not interested in something serious, or that he doesn't really think the situation or what they have is going anywhere. And it's very sad that a woman would continue to entertain that person, convince themselves that maybe the guy has feelings and he's scared, so he's running away. And these are scenarios that have happened that I know of. So as ladies, you really just have to remember that you are very valuable. You are so special to a man and to this world. You have to value yourself, because let's say you're a man, is not being too direct about what his interest is in you, and then you start really being aggressive in terms of you inviting him out a lot. And maybe he'll go with you sometimes. Maybe whenever you mention that you want to go out, he'll say, oh yeah, I want to go out with you. But if he already told you beforehand, hey, I'm not, hey mama, I'm not really interested, or I'm not really interested in something serious, I want to just kind of get to know other people right now, that's not your cue to try to convince him to be with you or try to convince him to date you. Yeah, that's just no. It's actually very desperate for a lady to be that way. And let's say the man possibly could have started liking you, but based on your behavior, he just decides, you know what, she's doing too much. He might think you're off now. He might think you're a little crazy and nuts. So you're not even giving him the chance to even decide if he likes you, because he knows that he hasn't done anything for you to like him that much. So for you to be liking him like that, he hasn't made you or tried to be exclusive with you. He hasn't proposed to you. And for you to be doing all that, trying to win him and be around him and invite him out, it makes him think, okay, maybe something's a little off with this girl, or she might not be that great, because why is she so desperate to try to connect with me, and I haven't done nothing for her. I haven't brought her flowers, or we haven't really gone on that many dates. And so yeah, it's just something to recognize, because I don't want any of you to be in a situation like someone I know, or someone I know knows someone, or a few people like this. So you really just have to step that game up in terms of being content in who you are. And I like to talk about knowing your purpose a lot. So if you know your purpose, you know who you are, you're not going to be out here trying to win these men. You're not going to be out here trying to convince them to choose you, because in this one case, this girl, she's not going to find the right person for her. Clearly this man is not for her, because he said he's not interested in pursuing something further. But the thing is, if he expressed that and then the lady now goes and decides to be intimate with him and, you know, start sleeping with him. I'm not saying that this is right. It's not right at all. But a lot of men are going to accept what the woman is offering. And yes, he's wrong. However, she can't think that, okay, he already said this, but now let me try to sleep with him. Maybe that'll convince him. That's just ridiculous. And you're just really devaluing yourself. It's not up to you to be trying to win a man. And in this case, all I can think to myself is, this man was so clear with you about what he wanted, or rather what he did not want, and you thought you could convince him otherwise. You thought that, all right, if I do this, if I'm nice, if I'm friendly, he's gonna choose me. No, like, you should know that, you know, if you're beautiful, you should be beautiful, you know, taking care of yourself. There's gonna be men that are interested in you. I don't have my ring on because I'm in the house. And, you know, you're just going to have to recognize that there are men who will be direct with you. And these ladies who are doing this, then when things go wrong and then the man is continuing to date her, dating other people, and he just decides in the end, well, you know what, I'm sorry, I found a person I like now. I have a girlfriend now, so I'm sorry, I have to cut things off with you. My thinking about this one particular case is that this man is going to continue to be with her, sleep with her, potentially, and he's going to just find a woman that he's actually interested in dating, and then make that person his girlfriend and cut this one off. She's just setting herself up for failure. Then what she'll do in the end is, most likely, when that happens, if it happens, be like, man, these men are crap, like, they are horrible, men are just crazy. First of all, the man told you he wasn't interested in anything else. And I mean, no, it's not good to be sleeping around or anything like that. However, I do recommend dating more than one person at a time, so you don't put all your eggs in one basket. But dating, to me, is not doing any of those things. You're not doing any wifely duties, any husband duties. You're just strictly getting to know someone. I mean, it's just frustrating, because a lot of times you'll try to give advice, or, you know, people I know will try to give advice, and it's rejected, or pretty much the person just wants to hear the advice over and over, but they're not going to take it. They have no intention on taking it. And so, yes, you have to actually be careful with that. So, I mean, I just feel that you're wonderful. It's not about you trying to find so many people to date. There's just going to be one person for you to marry in the future. So if someone's telling you that they don't want to move forward and date you long term, why would you try to convince them otherwise? You're too good for that, to be trying to convince someone of your worth. And not saying anything is wrong with that person if they don't want to pursue you, but they're being clear with you. Now you want to convince yourself that they really like you, but they're just, you know, nervous, or they don't know what to do. You're blaming on other ladies. You have to just remember who you are, and just know that you have a purpose here. You are built for greatness. You have to know that there's going to be a perfect gentleman for you. So some people, some guys and some ladies, they really just looking for people to hang out with, for fun, for friends, to go out and meet people at the same time, date them and get to know them, and, you know, build a network of people. And nothing is really, you know, wrong with that. If that's what they want to do, let them go ahead and do it. But you don't have, oh, and the crazy thing about this is, initially this person wasn't sure what the person was looking for. And then when someone advised her to ask what this person was looking for, or if she had asked what the person was looking for, and she was like, oh, no, I didn't. So then they decided, okay, she needs to ask. But when she asked this man, the man said, oh yeah, I'm not looking for anything serious, I'm not looking for a relationship right now. And sometimes a man will say they're not looking for a relationship. It could be two things. One, they really are being honest, they don't want a relationship, or they don't want a relationship with you. So either way, they just remember, regardless of what the reason is, they don't want a relationship with you. So it's not your job to figure it out. It's just alarming to me, you know, shouldn't be chasing down a man, be trying to follow him and on social media before you even go on a date with him. You really have to just analyze the situation and recognize that a man, if he wants you, he is going to come after you. He's going to come after you. You don't have to be doing all these signs and wonders. Sure, if you're passing somebody you find them attractive and you lock eyes, you can smile at them like, or hello, depending on where you are, because I know where I'm from, people say hello when they pass somebody. But where I went to school and where I was for many years, people don't do that because there's so many people and nobody has time for that. You know, if you walk by him and you're in a location where that's acceptable, you can smile at him or say hello. And if he's interested, he's going to come back and double back to find you. So yeah, ladies, no, don't try to follow men and try to convince them to be with you and anything like that. And what's really gonna happen, some men are fresh. If you end up getting him to be with you after you pursued him, later on he'll tell his friends, or in the marriage he's gonna say, well, you're the one that actually came after me. So keep those things in mind. Ladies, we have to do better. You know, and then I know some of you, maybe you don't really have anyone to really help you in terms of these sorts of things, so that's completely fine. But just know that you are worthy of finding a man who's going to treat you well, who's going to want to date you exclusively, who's going to want to take you out and get to know you in a wonderful setting, you know, or basically just treating you well, you know, taking you out and sharing moments with you and all those sorts of things. So just do not pursue a man. Don't pursue him. Do not. If the man's not interested, that's the first thing. Okay, he said he don't want to pursue, he don't want to go forward. All right, now it's time for me to move on. Let me find a man that's for me. Think of it that way. And I mentioned before, I think in the last video, that a lot of times people are so desperate for someone because they don't have any hobbies. They're not spending their time doing something that's going to be productive. So they're so desperate trying to put all their attention on somebody and thinking that this person is the end all be all for their life. But that's not the case. The person is not the end all be all for your life. God is the end all be all for your life. And this is what I always like to think to myself, okay, this treatment, is this how God would treat me in a situation? Or what is God's vision for my life? So think about it that way. All right, thank you. Have a wonderful day. Bye.